Welcome back to your weekly roundup of everything that happened in Zenless Zone Zero, where we will cover everything that you missed inside and outside of the game. And boy, is there a lot to go over for this upcoming week. First, let's start with the in-game news. As I'm sure you're all aware, on the 18th we are getting patch 1.4, and I don't think I need to hype it up, all of the promotional trailers have already done that job. But as soon as the patch drops, 2 new banners will be up. Both Harumasa and Miyabi's will both run simultaneously for the full 6-week patch cycle. So you will hopefully have plenty of time to scrounge up as many polychromes as possible for some pulls. As a reminder, the A ranks on their banners are Sokaku and Piper on Miyabi's banner, while Harumasa's will have Lucy and Seth. In anticipation for what you can expect from your free Harumasa and your Miyabi that you will hopefully get, I do have videos going over both of their kits, as well as recommended teams and builds. So in the meantime, you can watch those while we wait for the banners. Of course, the 1.4 patch itself is going to have a lot of new content with the new story, but on Friday the 20th, the new Deadly Assault mode will be available. This is the mode with 3 bosses where you can't use the same character multiple times. This Deadly Assault mode will act similar to Shiyu Defense, with each one of them resetting on alternate weeks. So essentially every week there will be something new resetting for you to do. But for this first season of Deadly Assault though, it will last 3 weeks instead of what will be the usual 2. Another new gameplay mode will also be the Lost Void, which functions kind of like Simulated Universe from Star Rail, where not only can you get Rizonia, but you can also get special gear that alter the skills of Miyabi, Yanagi, Ellen, or Billy. And don't worry if you don't have these characters raised yet to tackle this mode, as there will be a feature that will let you temporarily increase the stats of any agent up to par with the stage's difficulty. Something else to look forward to on the 18th is some free polychromes. As a thanks for being nominated at the Game Awards, the devs will be sending out 800 polychromes straight to everyone's mailboxes. That's 5 extra pulls right there. Speaking of the Game Awards, let's move on to the out-of-game stuff, and boy, are there some big things here. Firstly, at the Game Awards, a new trailer was shown off for the game, and in it, we got to see 2 new faces. The first is the singer who we should all know as Astra Yao from certain in-game lore snippets, as well as this mysterious other girl in a suit who looks like she fights with whips or ropes, kinda giving off Kafka vibes from Star Rail. This was our first official reveal of the technically unknown new girls, but the drip marketing for them has already begun, starting with Astra Yao, our first S-rank support agent, who will be Ether, and she belongs to the Stars of Lyra, which I guess is now the official name for what we refer to as the Idol group. Astra Yao actually has her own official Twitter account that you can follow for some cheeky little lore drops, and her bio does state that she is preparing for a concert and that she'll see us on January 22nd. Who knows, maybe we'll get like a Fortnite-style live event where we can listen to her sing. That'd be pretty cool. In the drip marketing though, it shows off some quotes from other characters talking about Astra, and one of them is Evelyn Chevalier, who seems to be like a bodyguard to Astra, so maybe she is that other girl in the suit from the trailer. Meanwhile, one of the other quotes is from an intelligent robot, who may or may not be that intelligent construct that we helped out the other day in the virtual world event. But I'm sure we will get official drip marketing showing Evelyn as the other S-rank agent within the next few days. Although I would be very happy to see another A-rank idol girl along with them, but that's just wishful thinking on my side. This is all for patch 1.5 though, so let's come back to 1.4, starting off with a retweet event for Harumasa's character demo. As usual, following the official account and reposting the linked tweet down in the description could net you a bang boo pillow. And then, if you haven't already watched it, a 6-minute long mini animation has been released detailing Miyabi's background. I highly recommend watching it, as it gives a lot of insight into why Miyabi is the way she is, and it might help you appreciate the 1.4 story if you know more about her. And then, as a reminder, the Twitch incentive program will be starting on the 18th, which means viewer drops will be back, and all you have to do is watch any stream in the Zenless Zone Zero category. Drops are always enabled by default, so you don't have to worry about searching for one that specifically says drops on. And for those of you who signed up to be a streamer, your view time metrics will then start to be tracked to determine your rewards. And then lastly, we have another prize event which involves using these photocard templates to make the best picture possible, and then posting it with your in-game ID as well as the corresponding hashtags will get you a chance to win 200 polychromes. More details and the link to the templates can be found in the tweet in the description. But now though, onto the speculation zone. And who else is there to speculate over other than Astra Yao? And the other girls as well, who's likely going to be Evelyn. We can kind of already predict what Astra's kit is going to be like, since one of the new disc sets in 1.4 is pretty much themed around her, and that set's effect is all about quick assists. Now, as an assist agent, it's kind of expected that she can trigger quick assists with her skill, but maybe Astra will have some gimmick to get even more assists out. Kind of like how Seth has that held basic attack that can trigger a quick assist to the previous agent. Right away though, I think the biggest comparison will be replacing Nicole with Astra in something like a Shuyen team, but I'll be honest though, Nicole gives so much in terms of defense shred and crit rate, at least for Shuyen, that I think it'll be tough to beat. But what I do think is that this might be a Caesar situation where Astra becomes so universally good as a support agent that she can just go into any team with very little downsides. Again, this is going to be our first support agent, so there's no bar that has been set yet. The thing that interests me though is Evelyn. I imagine the two would synergize well together, so I'm more curious as to what her kit will be like, especially since we did kind of see some combat from her in the trailer. I do think that both Astra and Evelyn will definitely have interesting animations. They don't really have traditional weapons. Like I said, Evelyn has those whoops and ropes, and Astra we haven't seen anything at all, but how would a singer fight, right? Is she gonna have the sound waves be her attacks and stuff like that? Time will tell. And then something else which is more of a personal, potential hot take, but I think I have been pretty vocal in the past that I'm very glad the story and plot of Zenless Zone Zero has been, for the most part, very straightforward. Unlike, say, Star Rail and Genshin, which both seem to get a lot more convoluted around the 1.1 patches, specifically when they went to a Chinese-themed place. It felt like the story got all political, and now, instead of just fighting the bad guys, it's we have to uncover the secrets of this shadow cabal and stuff like that. Well, I think this meme here sums up my thoughts pretty well. In the trailer, when Astra sings, she was singing in Cantonese. And then there's also a lot of red in her color scheme, which is popular in Chinese culture, you know, to symbolize luck, joy, and happiness and so on. And then, what's more, is that since patch cycles usually last 6 weeks, patch 1.5 can be expected to drop on the 29th of January. Coincidentally, the 29th of January is also Chinese New Year. Now, that's not to say that this is a good or bad thing, it's just something that I happened to notice where a lot of things were lining up together. I will say though, I just really hope that we get to see one of those original Idol Girl designs from way back when. It's like a monkey's paw that we were all saying that the idols are coming in 1.5, but we didn't think it was going to be like this. Where the Obol squad at? Where the Robo Girls at? Maybe I'll give them the benefit of the doubt and say that the Obol squad and the Robo Girls are coming, but they wanted to specifically get Astra Yao out for the Chinese New Year and, you know, surrounding that date. Although this does raise an interesting question, right? Initially, we all thought that upcoming characters were all going to be the ones that we have seen through betas and promotional materials, and for the most part, that has been true. But now that we are getting close to running out of these beta characters, it'll be interesting to see these brand new characters popping up from nowhere. So obviously, Astra Yao has kind of been teased in-game through posters and stuff like that, but Evelyn Chevalier, the Whip Girl, came out of nowhere. So we'll have to keep our eyes peeled in-game for more character teasers like Astra, and then we can also expect to be surprised every now and then as well. Otherwise though, that is going to be it for this week's news roundup of Zenless Zone Zero. As always, if you found this useful, liking, commenting, and subscribing is greatly appreciated. So until next time, bye bye.